Assuming we are live on TikTok now and Facebook. I don't know, Mia, if you're able to check for me in the background, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, I'm talking to no one.
You're talking to me?
I'm talking to you, which
That's
is
good.
lovely. Thank you very much. TikTok isn't live. Oh my God, it's not going very well at all. What about Facebook? How's that working? I would talk to people, but there's no one here.
Yeah, Facebook.
Facebook is on.
Yeah.
Yes. No one's here though, so that's going really well. So, TikTok looks like it's happening, and this is fantastic. So, Facebook, you've got a long way to go. We're going to focus on TikTok for the time being. So, all 17 of you, thanks, guys. As you can see, something a little bit different today. I'm over at the Vulcan Restoration Trust with the lovely Hannah.
Hi.
Part of the social media team. Is
Absolutely,
that right?
yeah.
Absolutely, obviously. I wouldn't speak to anybody else, quite frankly. So yeah, as I say, right behind me we have the fantastic Vulcan XL426. We figured what a way to sort of highlight what's going on today, something a bit different, and I know we have a very avid aviation enthusiast audience on TikTok. Not quite so much on Facebook, but ask me your airport questions, your destination questions, anything you can think of, we'll endeavour to answer. Same on TikTok, any airport related questions, XL426 questions, or maybe ask us what's happening tonight. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and we'll talk about everything. Hey Heathrow, we love to see it. Thank you for joining us today. If you've got any questions, Heathrow, I can share some wisdom. It's not a problem. Okay, so as I say, just reintroduce Hannah because we've got more people watching now. Hannah is from the Vulcan Restoration Trust, and is going to talk a little bit this afternoon about an event happening tonight, other events in future, and just generally shouting about how amazing the VRT team are and what they do here as part of the charity initiative. Is anything you'd like to say to start with?
Oh, thanks for doing this from the Vulcan actually, because we've got this beautiful plane in the background. This is great. So at the Vulcan Restoration Trust, we look after XL426, and here she is, to a ground-worthy condition. So we do high-speed taxi runs. You can come and see her. You can come to open days. And today we've got a very exciting beer and music festival that's happening. So we've got some local breweries here, some local food places. We've also got some amazing bands playing. The headliner tonight is Midlife Crisis MLC band, and it's really special to us because Paul, one of our engineering teams, plays in the band, so it's great to have that as our headline band tonight.
Fantastic.
If you do want to come down, tickets are available on the door this evening, so you can come down to the Music and Beer Festival this evening at the Hangar, Hangar 6 at the airport.
Nice.
And come down and see, have a beer, have a drink, and see the bands, all within the vicinity of the Hangar and the Vulcan.
There's parking available for people as well?
Absolutely, there's parking available, and if you don't want to drive, then you can get the train and check out our Facebook, the Vulcan Restoration Trust on Facebook, because we did a little video of the train station from the airport walking to the hangar, so you don't even need to worry about driving.
Perfection. Look at that. I'm so hot in here. I'm so shiny. I have to apologise to everyone for watching. I was going to say as well, actually, you need a band called Quarter Life Crisis. That's what I'm going through at the moment. But yeah, if anyone, as I say, if you've got any questions, we're here for the next half an hour, depending on how many questions come through, and we'll endeavour to answer them all. So Zoom on TikTok, yes, you're asking, is that an Avro Vulcan behind you? No, it's not. It's not real, actually. It's just a green screen. No, I'm joking. It is one of only two left, I think. Is that right?
There's actually a few more. There's quite a few across the country that you can go
Ignore
and
me.
see. However, you are correct.
Thank you.
This is the only live hangared Vulcan in the world. So it is the only Vulcan in the world at this moment in time that can do high-speed taxi runs. We do have a high-speed taxi run coming up. Actually, so the high-speed taxi run is on the 8th of September, and we will be taking 426 out of the hangar. We will be taking her down the runway, because you guys at the airport and the airport control tower are amazing at letting us do this. We'll be high-speed taxiing her down the runway. So if you haven't heard the famous howl that the Vulcan gives with her engines, then please look at our website and book tickets for that. And we'll be doing 2 high-speed taxi runs down the runway, and the parachute will, she says, fingers crossed, be coming out the back. So you'll get to see an amazing sight and hear the amazing sight as well.
It happened last time, I think, with the Twilight run. The parachute came out. It was such a gorgeous moment, I remember, with the sunset in the background and everything. So if anyone loves photography, aviation photography, it is sort of the pièce de résistance of your photography career if you come here for a taxi run and capture that parachute moment. So Tickets are always available. It's the vulcanrestorationtrust.com.
AvroVulcan.com.
Yeah, I'm terrible at this. There we go. So thank you, Hannah, for being here today. Facebook, you have no questions, but Roxy, you would like to know if we're putting Greece on the destination list. I would love to. This is where I always repeat myself. It's not quite up to the airport. It is up to the airline, but we always take your destination requests and sort of put them to airlines and say, look, this is a demand. Can you please make our locals happy, the guys in London happy, and give us destinations that they're like, ooh, wants to join the live. I'm sorry, Kingstar, but not today. Not today. But yeah, so always put your recommendations for destinations forward. We do take that information and try to relay it as much as possible. So I can't confirm, I can't deny, but fingers crossed, especially next year when we have our 3 aircraft base back, in case you didn't know. But before I ramble on, there are so many questions on TikTok at the moment, so let's have a look. Sorry, 11 of you on Facebook, I'm getting very close to the screen. Can I buy it? Can I buy it? I don't know, can they buy it?
Oh, we're not selling the Vulcan. However, if you did want to donate to the Vulcan, we are a charity. Nobody here gets paid. Everyone does this just because we love the Vulcan so much. And we want to put something back into the community as well. So we love it when people from the community can come and see the Vulcan either in the hangar or high-speed taxiing. So unfortunately, you can't buy the Vulcan. However, if you go on our website and want to donate, and maybe we can put a link up at some point, please feel free. Every tiny little bit helps. Is the donations that we have. Everything goes into that plane to keep it in a live taxiing condition.
I think it's great to highlight as well, I'm sure you've mentioned it, but everyone that works for the Vulcan Restoration Trust they're volunteers.
Absolutely.
So it's everyone's free time that goes into keeping this gorgeous aircraft alive, up and running, doing the taxi runs, events like tonight, which is the
Music and Beer Festival.
in case you joined and didn't know, they're having a festival this evening. Tickets are available on the door. Please come along. I'm repping pizza and beer on my shirt today to kind of represent what's happening this evening. Maybe we'll show you around a little bit as well. But that's tonight if you're interested down here at London Southend Airport. So come along if you can. Tomorrow is sold out, unfortunately, but hopefully next year, get ahead of the game, get your tickets. So Seen by Joe on TikTok would love to know the story on how you ended up being the home of the Vulcan.
Oh wow, that's an interesting one. So it was back in the early 80s that the Vulcan landed at the airport. I think it was December 1986 that the Vulcan landed at the airport.
It out.
Oh wow, we've
It
got
is.
it there as
Yeah.
well. So a gentleman bought the Vulcan and wanted to restore the Vulcan to a condition where she would be able to fly again. So came into the airport and landed here. And she's been here ever since. She's never taken off since. She's always been at the airport. So that is how the Southend Airport became the home of the Vulcan. And recently, in the last couple of years, we have, with kind of the airport's generous help, managed to secure 2 hangars. So we have the hangar where the Vulcan's in. And this has enabled us to do a really intense winter maintenance program. So our winter maintenance program is that the aircraft was up on jacks. She had no canopy on, all the ejector seats came out, all the seats in the back of the cockpit came out. Did you know there's only 5 seats in the Vulcan, plus 2 extra ones for kind of jump seats, but there's only 5 people can sit in the Vulcan on a flight. All that plane, 111 foot wingspan and 112 foot long, there's only 5 people can sit in it. So our winter maintenance program has been enabled because we're in the hangar and because we can leave the canopy off overnight and for several months really while we do all the work we need to.
I think it's always been quite iconic over the years. Before it moved into hangar number 6, people would go on the train or they'd fly off on their holidays and they'd see the Vulcan outside the hangar. As lovely as it is, it's very much exposed to the elements that way, so having it inside here is the best thing for the aircraft itself. Maybe not, if you want to catch a glimpse of it, but that's why we do events like this and events like tonight. So once again, pop along if you're not aware of the event happening tonight, this evening, the Beer and Music Festival, so you can turn up on the door, tickets are available online and all that sort of thing. So if anyone's new that's joined us in the past few minutes, I've got a few more on Facebook and lots on TikTok still. As you can see, we're here at the Vulcan Restoration Trust. I'm chatting to the lovely Hannah. She's here to sort of tell us all things Avro XL426, answer your questions, and I'm here to just field them really today, I think, because the interest is very much on this brilliant aircraft behind me. So let's see what else is going on in the background. I feel like this question was kind of inevitable, Harvey, and I'm sure lots of other people are interested to know, will the Vulcan ever fly again? We have a pre-prepared, very technical answer that I think Hannah is just trying to find for you.
I do have an answer.
We will get there.
Yeah, we'll get there with it. However, It is very, very unlikely that we will ever fly the Vulcan again. So the Vulcan is classed as a complex aircraft, which means the Civil Aviation Authority, the CAA, we need to have sign-off from them. And they withdrew support back in 2015, which is, I don't know who you remember, if anyone remembers, H558 used to fly. She was the display Vulcan. They withdrew the support, so she wasn't able to fly. It is unlikely that that support is ever going to be kind of given again. So the general consensus is it is very, very, very unlikely that we will see a Vulcan in the air again. However, we do the high-speed taxis. So I always say however, because everyone loves the Vulcan. They love to hear the howl, they love to see the kind of speed. We do the high-speed taxis. So we do the nearest we can, but it is unlikely.
There you go, guys.
I'm really sorry.
So the answer is no. But there we go. No, it's amazing every time you get to see it fly down the runway. Honestly, it is so gorgeous. Andy says, oh my God, I love the sound of the engines.
Yeah.
The howl, it's iconic. Some of our neighbours, not the biggest of fans, but we love it. So
if you check out our Facebook page as well, there is some videos of kind of stood under 426 when she was doing a 4-engine test.
Oh, wow.
So the 4 engines were up to about 50% power. So I managed to video it from underneath it. So if you want to kind of see and hear that, head on to the Vulcan Restoration Trust Facebook page, and you'll hear and see that.
Surprised your microphone didn't break, that sort of thing. That's incredible. Zoom again. Do you have Spitfires? We don't, not here on site. I mean, there's sort of very few left really, but often you might see that the BBMF, they've been here a few times in recent years for, they're not called fly pass, what are like air shows. They often sort of come and base themselves here for a few days, and fingers crossed we'd love to have them back this August as well. But if I get that information and if I can share it, I will. There's a few sort of hesitations around it this year, but fingers crossed, because again, a marvellous site, and we love having history here, given our history as well with the 2 world wars and since then. Here we go. I love touch and goes at London Southend. Great. I mean, if you're ever interested in general aviation, and if you are lucky enough to have your own plane, or you'd like to have flying lessons, there are plenty of local flying clubs. So Sea Wing Club in particular, I think it's on site or it's just off site. You can buy lessons in those really small aircraft as well that you can do here. My sister's done it as well, I think when she was 16 or 18. So, you know, you've got to be fully grown. You can be interested in aviation from a young age and give it a go as well. So definitely reach out to the guys at Sea Wing, because it is a fantastic skill.
I'm just going to answer one if that's all right. So
Please,
the tickets are
yes.
£18. So somebody just asked how much the tickets are. So the tickets are £18. It's £4 for accompanied under 18-year-olds to come in. We do have a separate bar area, which I think we're going to show you in a minute as well. So that'd be cool. And they're just not under 18s, just aren't allowed in that. So the time is 2 o'clock start till 10 o'clock finish. That's when the last band finishes playing. £18 to get in, and it's at the London Southend Airport, the Music and Beer Festival. Tickets for tonight are available on the door.
Love it. Okay. Oh, Facebook, well done. You're back in the room. Andrew says, it would be nice to do UK regional flights such as Glasgow, Prestwick, Edinburgh, Inverness. Yeah, you know, honestly, the request for domestic routes is really popular. I've mentioned previously, and I sort of say it, I hate repeating myself, but unfortunately, new routes and destinations is down to the airline. They have to prepare these things almost a year, if not a year and a half in advance. That's for, you know, staffing the aircraft, slots at other airports. It's almost like a big game of chess, if you will. We have capacity and we have availability now, immediately, but you have to factor in, are there time slots available at the airport that you want to fly to? Is there crew available to operate that aircraft? Is there aircraft available? So there's lots of factors, and as I say, we plan these things very far in advance. So if it's not now, hopefully it will be in the not necessarily near future, but the future in the next few years is what we're sort of aspiring to. That's the plan, anyway. What football team do you support? I support Arsenal. What about you?
I'm Northern, so I support Burnley.
Scandalous. Sorry, actually, we both support Southend United.
Oh yeah, we
yes,
should have said that.
Absolutely, no,
So,
we did.
yeah,
We
totally.
can't go back on
Absolutely.
live, but yeah, brilliant. And a shout out to them; they're doing really amazing lately. Is that one of the Vulcans that flew to the Falklands? Great question, Big Smithy.
It isn't actually. So it was XM607, I believe, that actually flew to the Falklands. However, 426 was the display flight for about a year. So in the early 80s, the actual display flight, and she was involved in the fly past for the Falklands. So when all the
amazing.
Vulcans did the fly past,
Yeah.
and the Queen was there and everything else,
wow.
she was one of the planes in the fly past.
That's incredible. And then I think you mentioned earlier, the last time she flew was when she landed here in December 1986.
86, yeah.
So been here ever since. Very lucky and very grateful as well. Facebook, Mad and Aviation. Shout out. I always see you guys commenting. Thank you. Sea-Wing for a flying lesson, 100% recommended. Did my first ever this year. What an experience. Congratulations. That's incredible. Such an achievement. I'm very jealous of that sort of thing. Aviation on TikTok. I'm going to see the Vulcan soon this month. What else is happening this month? Is there anything on?
So we do have on the 18th, in a couple of weeks' time, because we're now in August. How did that happen?
I don't know.
We have an open day, so it's our jet open day. So we've got the Vulcan here. We've got some other cockpits that people can go in of jets. We've also had confirmed that we will have a jet Provis here as well.
Ooh,
so
that's
that'll
the
be
red one.
very exciting, the
Yeah.
red and white one. So that's
I've been
super
here a few
exciting.
times.
Yeah. So thank you so much to Nick Snow for kind of bringing that down. So yeah, we've
Shout
had
out,
that,
Nick.
absolutely, we've had that confirmed as well. So all
Brilliant.
going well, weather and everything else. You can never guarantee everything, I think, in aviation,
Yeah,
but all going well, and we'll have the jet Provis in here. Again, you can get tickets for that. I think it's £7 to get in, and you can get tickets for that on our website.
Yeah, and again, just to reiterate, all the money that is raised for these events goes towards keeping this aircraft up and running, doing its incredible thing. And again, the guys that work here, and gals, are all volunteers, so they put all their own personal time and work and effort into bringing these events to life and keeping the aircraft alive as well. So I'm so sorry you've invited to join my live, but I'm going to decline you. Is Southend Airport still owned by Stobart? No, not anymore. So Stobart sort of broke apart, if you will, and then we were then owned by part of Stobart who became Eskin. You might have seen it in the news. We were recently sold, and now we are owned by they're called Carlisle Group in America, which is great for us. They're hopefully going to look after us for the next few years and onwards would be fantastic. So lots of change, but all positive. And as hopefully everyone knows, we've had the news of a base coming next year as well, which means our schedule will increase tenfold, if you will. I think maximum on a Monday is our busiest day. We've got about 7 movements versus next year you'll have about 17 a day, especially on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. They're our busiest day for now. If you're a fan of spotting, check out our socials. We've got a few videos on the best spots for spotters and all that kind of thing. So here we go. So aviation, you have an air-fixed model of Vulcan 558. There's models here?
We do actually sell models in our shop, so we also have a shop that's an online shop, and you can visit it when you come and see us. So yeah, we sell the air-fixed models in, and we've got a couple of really super t-shirts as well at the moment.
And I'm not repping really, am I? I should have won.
We should have won the t-shirts, but yeah. So we've got a shop where you can buy the kind of memorabilia.
Yeah. Someone's talking about the train station. Andrew, with Southend Airport railway station that serves London Southend Airport, it does. Perhaps Great Ormond should do a terminus platform for a train to run. It does. I don't know what terminus platform means. That might be mean and lack of knowledge. But we do have our own dedicated on-site railway station. It was sort of purpose-built effectively for the 2012 London Olympics. So it's been there for about 12... Well, what year are we in? Yeah, 12 years now. And it is so close to the front of the terminal, you wouldn't believe it. I always quote 100 paces. People laugh at me now because they're like, how many paces? I'm like, 100 paces from the front of the terminal. So it's 53 minutes, I believe, from Liverpool Street to Southend Airport Station, and it's 42 from Stratford as well. So that's links from the Elizabeth line if you're watching from London. And as I say, it is on site. You can walk out of the train station and it is right in front of you. So you save so much time if you're going to book from London Southend by getting the train compared to other airports. Heathrow, if you're still watching, we still love you. Thank you for being a great neighbour. Alex, what's the rarest plane that's landed there? See, I always get asked this, and I normally write it down, but I haven't. I don't know if you know. Yes! Hannah, go on.
Surely it's the Vulcan. Surely it's the Vulcan.
I guess so. I suppose rarest plane.
Surely the rarest plane
Rarest
is the
plane.
Vulcan in
It has
December
to be.
1986.
You know what, we normally get asked, what's the biggest plane that's ever landed? That's the answer I do not have. But yeah.
Interesting.
You
Could
must be
be.
right. It's probably one of the biggest as well, isn't it, I suppose? Like
You don't
military
get much
aircraft.
bigger than
Yeah. How large did you say the wingspan was?
111 foot wingspan.
111 foot wingspan.
Yeah.
That's like not the Rage, the drop at Adventure Island twice or something like that.
That's mad, isn't
That
it?
is madness. Okay, we've got...
There was one on there about the high-speed taxi run. Just to let you know, yes, the high-speed taxi run is happening this year. It is on the 7th of September because I've just looked it up. So yes, we will be doing our high-speed taxi run on the 7th of September, and tickets are available on our website, avrovulcan.com.
And Archie wants to know, is the Vulcan open to the public?
It is. So we do have certain days. It's not, you can't just turn up and see it because we're all volunteers. So we need to kind of arrange when we're here. So if you look at avrovulcan.com on the events, we have certain days where it's open to the public. Our next open day is on the 18th of September, 18th of August, and then the high-speed taxi run the 7th of September. However, we do have some things that are like amazing Christmas presents, actually.
Oh, nice.
So we do have every other Saturday in throughout the winter, you can come and visit. So you'd have to book it, and we do VIP days. So you'll get there's about eight people on these, 10 people on them, and you get a talk first about all the history of the Vulcan, and then you get a tour around XL426, including a cockpit tour and a tour around the hangar as well, so you can see kind of how everything happens in the hangar. And it is in the time of engineering, so you could see, you know, something happen kind of within the engineering team of things that we're doing, like taking the seats out or the canopy off or putting on jacks, and so you'll get to see kind of it live being worked on.
And you guys are great at updates on your Facebook, especially, and your social media, so people are interested in what's going on or what's being worked on lately or up and coming. Their social media is fantastic at videos and insights, and that's obviously credit to you and the rest of the team as well. So if you're not following them, do, and if you are following them, I'm sure, thank you very much. Okay, right, Alex, you're a king or a queen, you used to say. Are the rumours true that the biggest plane landed there was the L? Yes, this sounds right. The L10, and it's called, I can't remember what's the L stand for, but it is something that begins with L. So whatever it is that you're referencing, I think you are bang on. Did you know the Vulcan was able to nuke America twice? No, didn't know that. You learn something new every day. I know it was very much involved in the Cold War as like a deterrent aircraft. That's right, I think.
Yeah,
That's
so she was originally built. So she is a bomber. So there's no defensive mechanism on her. So there's no guns or anything like that. We have chaffs and flares and a radar jamming in the back. So that's the only defensive that she's got. But she was originally built as a really high-level bomber, so she could go above radar, get in, drop the bombs, turn, and get out again.
Slightly terrifying.
That's what she was built for. Hence the reason you can only fit 5 people in it. It's only 5 seats, and the rest of it. And maybe we can show the bomb bay as well, so you can walk down and actually see how big that bomb bay is for the nuclear.
Sounds
missile.
good. Should we answer a few more questions and then maybe we can go for a wander?
Absolutely.
I don't know, I might sort of shut Facebook down and just leave it to the guys on TikTok. But Facebook, if you've got any more questions, do pop them over and I'll do my best to answer them for you. But we might sort of close you off and keep it to TikTok because they're very interested, which is lovely. Brecken, pilot for EasyJet here. Love the work you guys do. Thank you. That's really nice. Thank you so much. And hopefully you'll be a pilot with our base next year. That would be brilliant. Is the Vulcan membership still a thing?
Absolutely, yeah. So you can become a Vulcan member. So you can do a single membership or you can do a family membership. The membership gets you in to the open days that we've got. So you won't pay for the open days. You can come down and just get in and have a look around at the open days. It gets you 50% off the high-speed taxi runs and a couple more kind of things throughout the year. You get kind of a newsletter and things sent out to you. So yeah, absolutely. I think it's £32 or £35 for a family membership, so it's well worth doing.
Is that for a year?
It's for a year. Yeah, it's for a year. It's a great way to support us as well, because I know not a lot of people can. We're in a specific area, and some people it's too far to travel. Actually, if you want to support us, a great way to do it is actually just buy the membership, because that really helps. As you said, everyone's a volunteer here. All the money goes back into the plane.
Love it. Okay. Does Southend Airport have Southend Airport every day? Yeah, I don't know what that means. Polish truck spotter, Vulcans are sick, a crazy wingspan, 111 feet. 111 feet?
Absolutely.
Right, we learn something new every day. Keith, my grandfather was a rear gunner during the war.
So that'll be on Lancasters maybe?
That's
a rear
amazing.
gunner? That's amazing. We'd love to hear stories about kind of people's family and how they've been involved.
And then Big Smithy, did you know the Vulcan holds the longest bomb run in history, UK?
16 hours it was. So they landed at Ascension Island and set off from Ascension Island to go to the Falklands, and it was a 16-hour round trip.
So they were in that plane for 16 hours?
In this plane for 16 hours, and it'd be interesting, maybe give us a kind of thumbs up or something, who's been in a cockpit of a Vulcan and seen how small it is, and would you have liked to have spent 16 hours sat in that cockpit? It's horrendous, it's so tiny.
Can we show people?
Absolutely, if we can get up there, we can certainly sort that.
Do all 56 of you want to see the inside of a Vulcan cockpit? Raise your hand. We're going to show you anyway. No, it was hot as hell. Yeah, I'm sure it was hot. It's very hot now. Let's go have a look, shall we? 5 hours in an Airbus A319 is plenty. Right, brilliant. Stand by, callers. I'm going to turn off Facebook, thank you very much. Nice half an hour on there. And TikTok, we're going to go and have a walk around now and show you the inside of the aircraft as well. So very lucky to be able to do this. Thank you very much. So bye Facebook. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. I will catch up with you all very soon. Ending live broadcast. Right, TikTok, let's go for a walk. Somehow take you out of here. Right, forgive me guys if you can't necessarily see everything. I don't want to flip it. Can I flip it? Can I flip you? More? No, I can't flip it. Right, you're my eyes.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll head down this bit to so you can see the plane. What we're going to do is walk underneath, and we're going to show you the bomb bay.
So we're very lucky. We're over at the Vulcan Restoration Trust with Hannah. She's just going to show us a quick tour around the aircraft, if you're tuning in now. There we go.
So if we can do this, so this is your Vulcan bomb bay, and this would be where there was 21 1,000 bombs kept for the Falklands. So 21 1,000 bombs would be in here, and they would all drop separately. So within the cockpit, one of the guys in there would be able to set the timings for the bombs, so how whether they go at a second interval or half a second interval. And this is 21 1,000 bombs that they took to the Falklands. But the other thing that this was designed for as well was a blue steel missile, which is a really huge nuclear missile. And there were some adaptations made, so basically it wouldn't quite, when it fit in here, it actually hung down. It was too big to go in. So it's an amazing kind of story that we've got about the bombs. But if you come to the Vulcan Restoration Trust on one of the open days, we can talk you all through it. You can see how big it is for yourself, because you probably don't quite get the scale from this.
Or if you come tonight to the Beer and Music Festival, you can get tickets on the door and you can come see this for yourself as well. I don't know if you can see around me. They've got all sorts of like the tables, set up, stalls, food. I think we've got Black Box Brewery over here as well for your lovely beers and beverages and all sorts going on. So yeah, tickets are on the door tonight, and I think they're about
£18, so £18 tickets available on the door. Accompanied under 18s are £4 to get in, from 2 o'clock till 10 o'clock.
See you here, guys. Right, what's next?
I'll leave you just answering questions, and I'll go and check that all the lights are on.
Okay, fire some questions at me. I will do my best to answer. I'm not a sort of Vulcan knowledge machine. Alex said you saw the inside of the Vulcan at Bournemouth Aviation Museum. It was amazing. Honestly, I can't tell you really how incredible it is. I think everyone, if you've been here for a while, you would have heard Hannah say that the wingspan is 111 feet. I can't even get the end of the wing in the video. It's behind this, 111 feet long. So again, you can kind of see it. All of this is aircraft. And for only 5 people as well, she was saying, which is just crazy. It's such a large aircraft with so few people. User 865, being in a Vulcan cockpit, I didn't realize how lucky I am. Honestly, so lucky. I think there's the odd time where we have members going in the cockpit for taxi runs. I don't know if that's something you can purchase or inquire about. But yeah, so Ched says, is there a chance it will fly again? We spoke about this a little bit earlier. The answer is it's very, very, very unlikely, like 99% probably not going to happen. She's such an old aircraft. She's so well looked after, but I think it's just not quite in a position to be able to take off anymore. You'll see her on high-speed taxi runs that she wants to. You'll see her sort of dipping and ready to go. That's why we have the parachute deploy as well, just to help her with that kind of situation. Welcome back. Hello.
Perfect. So we can have a quick look in the cockpit, if that's all right with everybody. So we're going to try and be graceful when we go up the stairs of this.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
So we might just give you a really nice view of the back of the Vulcan while we get up the stairs.
Yeah.
Have you seen the stairs? Should we
Yes,
show them the stairs?
I've sadly climbed them before. It's an experience. This is where we're going, but you're coming with us, so you're all very welcome.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? I'll go first.
I won't point it at you. Hannah's just climbing inside the Vulcan at the moment. Is there a higher chance than 99%? Well, not really. If a millionaire gifts loads to the fund, well, if they want to gift $1 million, then I'm sure they can do whatever they like. What aircraft are we talking about, says LJ Tactical. Welcome, this is the XL426. It's a brilliant military aircraft, and we're just about to climb into the cockpit.
I'm gonna grab the phone.
God.
I'm gonna get Jason to hand me the
Hand
phone,
in hand,
so we can introduce you to the cockpit of the Vulcan. So when I said it was small, I wasn't actually lying, because this is the cockpit. So these are the back seats. I'll introduce you to Trevor in a second. And then up here is the pilot seat. The other pilot seat, you have to be quite skinny to get in. And obviously you've got the front and the windows, tiny little windows. So what I'm going to do is come round here. I'm going to say hi to Trevor.
Hi there.
So Trevor is one of our volunteers on the engineering team, and he's just going to really quickly run through what the 3 positions are that the people in the back of the plane, or the rear desk as we call it, would be doing.
As you can see, and probably have seen from the outside, the Vulcan is really huge. But unfortunately for the crew, which is nominally 5 people, this is their total area. On the Falklands raid, 5 people were in here for 16 hours non-stop. So it's really cozy. Okay, positions. Where I am sitting at the moment is the AEO position. His function is to look after the aircraft electrics, from the electrics generated from the engines, switch all those through to make sure everything is working okay. Any problems, this is the guy who will come and sort it out via various panels. He's also in charge of the radar systems, the radar detection systems, and the anti-fire systems, so that the Vulcan stays nice and safe. I think Hannah said on an earlier broadcast, we do not have guns, we use electronics to remain stealthy. Next to me down here is the nav plotter. This is the position that a normal navigator that we all know would work with. He'd have his map there, his pencil, his compass, his pencil sharpener and all that good stuff, and he would use all of this equipment to work out where actually the Vulcan is in the airspace. Now remember, when this aircraft was built in the mid-50s, GPS hadn't been invented, so this was literally as the old sailing ships would do. Using all this equipment, he would work out on the map where he was. Moving on to the other position is known as the nav plotter. Now as you can see, there's a big screen there which is his radar scope, and when you're approaching the target or a coastline, they would activate that, and then he would look for coastlines that he could recognize and work out now what exactly the position of the Vulcan would be. He would chat to the nav plotter, who would then put it on his map. Okay, he's also in charge of actually releasing the bombs, aiming the bombs at the end of the mission. So there's your 3 back seaters. As Hannah said, we have the P1, the pilot, who's in charge of everything, the P2 up top, and they are really you could say it was a career ladder, because you actually have to climb the ladders to get up there. So that's kind of like their position.
Yeah, actually we can talk about this. We can talk about the bomb aimer's window if you want. Trevor's just pointed it to me, so we can show you as well. I'm just going to come down here. As you can see, it's really tight in here. There really is not a lot of room. So if I just step down on here, we can show you the brand new, I'm hoping you can see that because I can't turn the camera around, the brand new bomb aimer's window, which is the window here. So Trevor, what is the bomb aimer's window?
Well, this Vulcan, like all the V bombers, was designed for the Cold War. Now a lot of the Cold War armaments were aimed and fired using instruments, but they also had the ability to go back to the old role of dropping bombs like they used to in the Second World War, and then the nav plotter would move from his seat up in the deck down to that area below the captain and co-pilot, and use the equipment down there to visually aim the bombs, the conventional bombs at this stage, to actually achieve their mission. And it's probably, out of all the positions, it's probably the one with most space. So I can only imagine on a 16-hour flight there was quite a lot of leg stretching down there.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Trevor, for that kind of explanation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the phone back to Sarah, and we're just going to see what comments and questions have come in.
You can excuse my shiny face. Right, they need to add this to War Thunder. I don't know what that means. Is that a game? Dan says, hi, what are you inside of right now? Dan, where have you been, my friend? We are currently inside the Vulcan XL426, which, if you didn't know, is a very much iconic military aircraft that used to... Did it fly in the Second World War, or was it created after the Second World War?
Mid-50s.
Built in the mid-50s, was used very much in the Cold War as like a deterrent and all that sort of thing. And then since December 1986, which I've learnt today, has been here on site at London Southend. So we're very lucky with the guys at the Vulcan Restoration Trust for this brilliant experience today. Alex says it used to fly over my old house. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Do we have any questions for the guys that they can answer? Everyone's saying seeing the Vulcan fly was an amazing experience. I'm very jealous of those things. I've always wished to see the aircraft fly. Absolutely, I don't doubt it. Absolutely amazing. We're so lucky. It's beautiful. No, Dad, don't do it, says a Vulcan. Yes, a Vulcan. Here we go. Oh, Jamie Wallace says my granddad flew one of those.
Oh, wow.
What was his name, Jamie? What was his name? Do let us know. And then I don't know if anyone
And
might know of
aircraft
him.
number would be great.
What was his name and aircraft number? There we go. LJ Tactical. I remember watching the Vulcan fly at Waddington in 2014. So that would have been the one in...
That would have been that would have been the XH558, so the one that's currently at Doncaster at the moment. She was the display flight for that. So that's amazing, though. It's so good that you've seen them.
There we go. We've got 20 new messages. They keep piling in. Do we have any questions? Show us the loo. Is there a loo?
I can show you the loo.
We're going to show you the loo.
Where is it? Oh,
It's not that box, is it?
So I will tell you that unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, get a bit more light on this. Yeah. This is the toilet. So what you needed to do, it was all men who flew the Vulcan in those days. So, oh, thank you. So you've obviously got a cap on here, which I now can't open. A cap on here. Now, unfortunately, this is steel, and when you were flying really high, it got very cold. So you needed to warm it up first. And you also needed to check that your teammates hadn't taken the end off, which was a practical joke that was played quite a lot, apparently. So here's your toilet, whoever asked that. That's amazing, isn't it?
That was no, Dad, don't do it.
It is one per person.
Yes, you have one per person.
You don't share a toilet.
The luxury is one per person.
What a question. Okay.
Yeah,
do the tickets admit you to the perimeter of the airport for the taxi? Yes, there's an outside space for this evening. I think we might climb out of here in a minute and we can show you, but I think Hannah...
Yeah, we can show you around. So we do have a security fence up, so you can go out on the pan to get a bit of fresh air and things. We've also got axe throwing, and that's outside. So if you come to the Music and Beer Festival tonight, £18 a ticket at the airport, you can pay on the door. You might even try your hand at axe throwing. Probably before too many beers.
Yes, definitely pre-beer, please, people. Have you heard of IWM Duxford? I haven't. Can you tell? Yeah. You have. Can you tell the plane that always does circles around stuff and need to quieten down? Well, submit it on WebTrack. Okay, here we go. Do the tickets. My dad flew one of these. Have you heard? I think we've got childhood memories. Show us the loo. We've done that. Used to be the highlight. I think we're going to head down now then, guys. If anyone got any more questions, do start to put them in and we will try and answer them for you. Last saw a Vulcan at Clapton a few years back. Best thing ever. Yay. Can we see the soup holders? Soup? Yeah. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes. Oh, Hannah's coming back.
So the soup holder is... we'll try and get
warmers.
you... So the soup warmer, hopefully you can see that, the silver one. So again, each crew member had a soup warmer that you could put your tin of soup in here. And in about 8 hours it would be warm enough for you to eat. So yeah, great stuff, great question. Yes, there you go, there's your soup warmers.
Brilliant, thank you. Let me see if there are any more before we head downstairs. Looks awesome. I'm going to give you guys a follow. Thank you, and make sure you follow the guys at the Vulcan Restoration Trust as well. Gary says start it up, please.
It's in the hangar.
In work.
Here we go. Well, if you want to see it doing its thing, the next time there is a taxi run is September the 7th, I think someone said.
Yes, September the 7th is the high-speed taxi. So yeah, high-speed taxi run at the Vulcan on September the 7th. We have an open day here on the 18th of August as well. So I'll just take you around and show you a little bit more. So I don't know if you can see the wingspan. So yeah, this is our beautiful Avro Vulcan XL426 at Southend Airport. All getting ready for our beer and music festival tonight. We've got some bars in the background. We've got the beautiful tipsy bubbles there for the Pimm's Prosecco and cocktails. got the amazing Black Rocks Brewery, who brew the local beer, the Vulcan, which we might go and show you actually. If we can find a bottle of it, we can show you that. We've got Datum Altitude there as well, who are another beer company. I'm going to pass you back to Sarah to see if there's any other questions.
What have we got? Started up. We'll start it up at the next taxi run. God, I'm looking hotter and hotter every minute. Can it still fly? Can we see the engines at the rear? Yes.
We can see the engines.
We can. And while we're at that side, we can show you the sort of perimeter of the fence as well. So if you do come to any events, they do have an outside space as well, where you can head outside, and if you've got movements that day as well, you can often see them. There might be an EasyJet landing in a little bit. I think it was due in at 1:10. I can't see it here at the moment. So again, if you're interested, we might be able to pop outside and catch that too. So I'll pass you back to Hannah.
So I can show you the engines. Now, we've taken the blanks out of the engines at the moment. I can't get my hand to work. We've taken the blanks out of the engine at the moment because we've repainted them. So the red blanks that normally sit in there, they're having an overhaul and repaint. And that's as part of the donations that everybody gives us. That's what like some of the money goes to as well. So yeah, we've taken the blanks out of them. But these are the engines. You've got 1, 2. And then at this side, you've got... Wait, phone number 3 and 4 at this side. The other thing I can probably show you is the parachute bay. So we have here the parachute bay. So that's the parachute bay that's open. So that's where we load the parachute up, and then the jettison is from the cockpit. There's a button pressed, and the parachute will come out the back. So the parachute weighs 14 stones and is and almost fills half of an aircraft hangar when you lay it out on the floor. It's that big.
Brilliant, thank you. Okay, Chris says I didn't answer, does it fly? There's a technical answer to this question. The immediate answer is unfortunately not. Just, I don't know, given its age and...
Yeah, so the reason why we can't fly, we'll head outside actually.
Let's
just
go
because
outside.
We're going to do
Everyone's answering it for you. They don't, no, it doesn't. Can you show the cockpit? I'm sorry, we were just in the cockpit. I'm so sorry. I'll save this video down and I'll post it up separately so we can show you some clips of where we've been and what we've been looking at. And I'll share it with the guys of the Vulcan as well so they can publish things. So you will get to see the inside of the cockpit. Here we go. And to the tickets to the taxi admit you to the inside of not the airport itself, but there is this brilliant perimeter, although that's a van, where you'll be able to access, and on the fence line is as far as you can go. So I'll let Hannah do a talky thing and she can explain more.
Yeah, so the tickets for the taxi event, we will have the aircraft. We will have the aircraft here, so the aircraft will be on the pan, and then she'll run down the taxi run. So you will be able to come out into here, and you will be able to come to the fence line, but yeah, not inside the actual airport.
Gosh, you might be able to hear a helicopter in the background. We're doing pleasure flights today, so if anyone's interested, you can book. I think it's through Northumbria Helicopters. I'm not sure if you can see it. There it is. So you can book a little experience to fly over Southend, and obviously we wouldn't want that. So I came to the landing gear. Oh, that's a shame. We'd love to be up close. I'm so sorry. We've just come out of the cockpit. Will it fly if technically needed to? Technically? I don't know. Let's not go there, guys.
We don't know because we haven't done it. So we
Fair
keep
enough.
her to a really good... The standard that we need to keep her to is the maintenance standard for a high-speed taxi run, and that's what we do.
There you go. How much is it and how long for? If you're referring to this evening's event, that is the Music and Beer Festival. It's tonight and tomorrow. But more information from Hannah.
Yeah, it's £18 to get in. We are sold out for tomorrow, but tonight it is £18 to get in. You can buy tickets on the door or from our website in advance. It's from 2 o'clock till 10 o'clock, and we have the fantastic MLC band playing and headlining tonight. A few more bands as well. There's a country band that I'm really looking forward to, and you can get you get food here. We've got a Thai, we've got bagels, we've got beers, we've got Pimm's, we've got Prosecco, we've got soft drinks.
Someone says that is one sexy aircraft. Well done, Luke. I couldn't agree more. I think people are saying the EasyJet is on approach. Well, we are outside, so if you just tip me the wink when it's coming, and I'll turn around and we'll try and find it for you in the sky as well, so we can get that, which is a nice little extra. What's the charge for me to fly? Well, in the Vulcan?
Fly in the airport?
Your mortgage, your house, that might just about do it. Okay, EasyJet landing. Is it? Where is it? I can't see it just yet. Let's try and find it for you. Okay. James Rowe, is it true there is a hole in the wing spar caused by accident accidental damage back in the 90s? I don't know. Do you know?
Not in this one, because she landed in 1986. So XL426 wouldn't have that. It might be that there was another one, because Vulcans were flying afterwards. So XH558 flew afterwards. So it might be that there is something in another one, but certainly not in 426, because she landed in 86.
She is clean from holes in the wingspan. Okay, please show the landing gear. Oh, I'm sorry, we were in the cockpit a little while ago. Luke says, when does the EasyJet flight land? I can actually see it in front of me, and my eyesight's terrible, so if I can see it, it must be close. We can see its light, so it's on approach at runway 23 at the minute, and I'm sure we'll be landing in a few seconds. So we might end there, I think, but perhaps.
Absolutely.
So we'll show you the EasyJet landing, and then I can sort of give Hannah back to the Vulcan team, because I'm sure you've got lots of things to be doing ahead of the event tonight. So EasyJet 800 feet in the air, brilliant. So Luke, can I get a shout out to Penfold? Shout out Penfold. So I'm going to turn you around, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you can see this, because I can't flip the camera. There we go, finishing it off with an EasyJet coming in this afternoon. I hope you saw that. I couldn't tell. Someone says, wait, what airport? We are at London Southend Airport at the minute. And just before we go, I thank you very much to Hannah from the Vulcan Restoration Trust team. She's been incredible at telling us all about XL426 and at promoting the event tonight, which is the Music and Beer Festival. One final time, you can still come along this evening. Tickets are available on the door. Unfortunately, tomorrow is sold out, but we will be pushing next year, hopefully, as well, as soon as possible. When is the 737 coming in? Is the Vulcan ride around? Blah, 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 blah. What airport? London Southend. What does it take to be a volunteer? You sign up.
Yeah, head on to our website and all the information's there. Fill a form in. The lovely Peter will contact you. You'll be able to come to a couple of inductions. We'll work out what your skill is, what you can do. You don't have to have any skill set to be an engineer or to be on the teams. It's just time and enthusiasm. So I work on the engineering team as well, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it.
Love it. Brilliant. Thank you so much. You heard it coming in. LJ, what jobs do we have? Check out the London Southend Airport website. Scroll to the bottom, there's a careers or vacancies button. Click that and all the latest ones are on there for you. Okay, right guys, I think we're going to leave it there. It's been about an hour. Aviation, I'm so sorry, we're not going to be able to climb back inside this afternoon, but I'm sure we'll do this kind of thing again, and we can take you on another tour and show you inside the cockpit once more. So thank you, Alex. We're going to have a great afternoon. Hopefully see some of you this evening.
Yep.
And join us again soon. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you to Hannah. Thank you for tuning in. Have a lovely weekend, guys, and we'll speak soon. Book tickets for my flights as well. Oh, there you go. Look, flip camera. Right, now we know. Bye, everyone. Have a lovely afternoon and weekend.